Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Punch Live, where we discuss trending topics. My name is Eniola Akinpotu, and I'm your host for today. Today, we'll be discussing the anti-grazing law the anti-grazing bill that has been signed into law by a few state governors, as well as the raging controversy on value-added tax and other issues. And our guest for today is no other than the Are Onakakan for Yoruba land, the person of Are Otumba Gani Adams. Are, not Otumba anymore. Okay. Not Otumba anymore. Are Gani Adams. It's good to have you on our program, Are.
Thank you very much, Eniola.
Yes. So, as usual, yes, this entire episode is going live on our Facebook page. You can always visit Punch Facebook page again, watch the video all over, and share and like. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. A lot of states have signed the anti-grazing bill into law, especially in the Southwest here. But some of the groups, some interest groups like Miyetti, they have said that this law will make the cost of cow to rise to about 2 million naira. And we know that most of the cows that we consume in the Southwest and in Lagos, they are coming from the North. Don't you think this is going to affect food in the Southwest?
Well, we prefer to adjust from eating cow to save our life. We prefer to have an alternative meat. Either we will continue to be eating fish and other meats that is available for us to have our life, for us to have our security, for us to have a safe environment as a Yoruba land, as a Yoruba people. And the entire South, all over the world, countries are moving towards building a safe environment for their citizens. And in a situation, because a profession and a sub-profession within agriculture creating problem, creating insecurity for us in every region, the governors of the South have the right to decide how they will protect the life and property of their citizens. I agree totally with the Southern governors on anti-grazing law. And I believe the best thing to do now is to implement that law and to watch all the states and to even appeal to them that they should sign that bill passed by the state assembly into law, because it's very, very important because of their citizen. You can't say because you have a friend outside and you work on the interest of that friend on the detriment of the people that gave you the franchise to be a number one citizen of the state. If they said cow will cost 2 million naira, if it's too costly, you can subscribe to be eating fish and all other content that is eatable that you can use to balance your meal, because our life is very, very important. If you are lifeless, you can't eat cow. If you are living on safe environment, definitely, even though you eat cow, it can't digest. And when you are living in a panic environment, you can't even have an economic buoyant, because the investors will not come and invest on that environment. And if they said the cow will be too much, will be more costly, and we too, we start our own initiative, and based on ranching, we start our own agricultural system and try to encourage our people to build their own cow within the region. The Western region have done it before, and they succeeded by doing that, by giving us our own livestock through the agricultural ministry. And the governors of the state must make sure that their agricultural policy must incorporate having a grazing, a ranching in their state. Apart from a cow, the issue of piggery and different livestock should be encouraged through agriculture. You will not be talking of agriculture, talking of planting maize, planting rice, and other content of agriculture must be encouraged through the farmers within your state. You don't over depend on importation, not even importation, bringing food from the north so that you can survive. They won't turn us to a lazy person that you will be using your goods that we are buying to even empower you to sanction us. I've never seen it in the whole world that when you supply goods for somebody to buy, and you are making money, and you are giving conditions towards that, and you are supplying this good, and we are using it to cause a security threat, and those living in that environment believe that they want to live in a very safe and organized environment, and they want to tailor their operation the way they do in the global village and other civilized countries that have a very good policy in terms of agriculture. So I will just say that if they said the cow will be too costly because of the law, the anti-grazing law through our governors, definitely, if it's too costly, we have alternative way of surviving. Sorry, go ahead. Enola, I'm with you. Hello?
Are you still with us? Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Okay, so Amotekun is supposed to enforce this anti-grazing law. And there have been complaints that the guns that Amotekun is using, it might not be sophisticated enough. How do you think Amotekun can enforce this law when they don't have the quality of guns that some of these herdsmen carry around?
Well, I think it's a matter of time. I will commend the governors of the states for even having the confidence to start their security activities, because we have been clamoring for state police based on the content of true federalism for a long time. And when the issue of security now become a daily occurrence, so the Southwest governor decided to start Amotekun as an outfit. And I will even suggest to all other Southern governors to have their own security outfits. Because the way things is going, we suspected that some few elements in the north are planning day by day on certain agenda we don't understand. We have seen it in different medium, especially social media, when a cattle rearer and herders are moving cow, and they were using that cow in the forest to move arms and ammunition. And in that regard, it's the duty of the state governors to look for alternative way to secure their citizens. And we realize that the federal security agencies are helpless Because if they arrest these criminals who portray themselves as herders, within 2 hours, there will be a call from Abuja and they will release them without charging them. And that was what led to the coming of Amotekun Southwest Security Network Codes, Operation Amotekun. So definitely I will encourage the Southeast and South-South. What is on ground now is not about the interests of the state alone. It's about the interests of the federal government as a country. An image of a country can be dented through a wrong activities or unfolded issues that happen in the state that is negative. Anything that happens in any state, if international media want to publish it, they will say Nigeria. After they mention Nigeria, they will now be talking about the state that that incident happened, the localities. So I will appeal to other certain governors that for them to implement anti-grazing law, they must have their own security outfit that is different from federal security agencies. If they depend on the federal security agencies, they are wasting their time. That's when the governor is not serious to implement anti-grazing law. So definitely, the coming of Amotekun in Southwest is highly timely, and I commend all the Southwest governors for doing that. And I will appeal to Lagos State governors and Lagos State government that time is right for them to have their own Amotekun in Southwest. Nigeria was zoned to 6: Southwest, Southeast, South-South, Northwest, North Center, and Northeast. I don't know how, when it comes to politics, the Lagos State politician will now differentiate themselves from the agenda of Southwest and stand alone. And when you want to canvass for votes and you want to have negotiate in federal, you will be going to Ekiti to lure the people into your political interest. You go to Oyo to lure people to your political interest. You will move to Ondo to lure people to your political interest. Ogun State to lure people to your political interest. Osun State, lure people to your political interest. And use it to negotiate as a Southwest leader, as a Yoruba leader. But when it comes to Yoruba agenda or Southwest agenda, you say, no, Lagos stand alone. It will affect any politician thinking on that in that regard, because Yoruba is so sensitive. We don't forget wrong thing you do politically, economically, in terms of history. Yoruba is keen with history. When you do a wrong thing, Yoruba will not forget it. When you do a very good thing, Yoruba will remember you as an hero for life. That's Yoruba people for you. So I will appeal to the Lagos State government to make sure they start the Amotekun operation in Lagos State. They can even give it a test of ground on the rural area, like Ikorodu, Epe, Badagry, and some suburb of Lagos. They can start from that level. If they don't want operation of Amotekun in Marina, Apapa, the main economic area of Lagos, they can start it in rural area. You can imagine what is happening through the secret court in Ikorodu, Koshofe, and what the secret court and some criminals are doing in Badagry and Ibejuleki and Ekpe. So I believe that if Lagos State government did not even need the operation of Amotekun in the Lagos Island for now, Apapa for now, or the heart of economy area in Lagos, which is Ikeja as a district, they still need Amotekun in the rural area so that to mob the criminals in the rural area so that the Lagos can be more secure. And the more they delay the operation of Amotekun or establishment of Amotekun, the more the criminal of other 5 states in the Southwest, we fled to Lagos State and become causing havoc against the interests of the Lagos State, and will be affecting the image of the states. And they will scare the investors and even giving apprehension to the people living in Lagos State. I know Lagos State is trying. They have a vote for security. They raise money. They have different ways of handling their own security. A security policy in any governance is a continual exercise. The more the population of that state or country is becoming increasing every day, the population of Lagos State is increasing every day. So the Lagos State must make sure that the priority of their governance, the major priority in the governance is the issue of security, because the economic advantage is there. And all over the world, any country, any states, local government that has economic potentials, the crime rate always higher than other states that don't have economic potential. So I'm appealing to Governor Sanwo-Olu and the State House of Assembly and the power that be in Lagos to make sure they join the queue. And I commend Lagos State for even signing into law the anti-grazing bill. I commend the Lagos State government, and I commend the State House of Assembly, and I commend them on the issue of value-added staff, which is very, very important in economic aspects in Lagos State. Eniola, are you still with me? Eniola? Eniola? Fún mi fóònù kejì yẹn.
How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you?
Ó wá bá mi pé Eniola kí n bá sọ̀rọ̀ mi. Tó ní fóònù, ó ní nọ́mbà ẹ̀ lọ. Wọ́n kàn gbé pọ́ǹsì ẹ̀ lé lórí. Why tó lè kó fóònù mi lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? Pè é lórí fóònù náà, kí ló wà ní sọmọdé yìí?
Hello, Are.
Yeah, with you, Eniola.
All right, sir. So earlier on you spoke about Southwest agenda. Now it's about a year plus. Now it's about a year plus for politics to begin in full. I want to find out from you, what's going to be the criteria for the Yoruba candidates? Will you be supporting somebody who is for restructuring? Maybe somebody who is from any part of the country, but he supports restructuring? Or will you be going for a Yoruba candidate by all means in 2023?
Well, kindly speaking, Eniola, I don't want to talk about 2023 candidacy now. Yeah. My major priority and what I know our people is talking about is to make sure we got liberation first before talking about the presidency. Because in my own opinions, and in the Southwest governor's position too, the Southwest governor said through the constitutional review, which I don't even support, because I don't see something good coming from that exercise. The Southwest governor said we want the federating unit to become region. Any country that have the population, who have the half of the population of Nigeria, can never run their country through unity system of government. We are running Nigeria through unity system of government. And that was one of the reasons we are witnessing all this uncalled for incident in our country. That was one of the reasons. that we are retrogressing every day. We are not progressing. And the Southwest governor, I even commend them for that initiative, that they said Nigeria should be back to regionalism, that all the 6 zones, we should agree, should be a federating unit based on regionalism. I agree with them on that level. But what I want is that if they don't want, if the government did not want regionalism, I will not discourage anybody clamoring for self-determination. I'm being very, very careful to be in the center of self-determination because of the various institutions that surround Yoruba land. That they will not create the impression to the public that IRA is trying to create problem in Yoruba land, that we haven't agreed together on the self-determination. But in my own opinion, Nigeria have 2 things to survive now, 2 ways to survive. Either we restructure Nigeria to regionalism, or you allow Nigeria to split naturally without even shooting gun the way Nigeria is going. Without even shooting one gun the way Nigeria is going. So for the president still have the opportunity, and the people in corridor of power, and those who determine what is going on in this country, for them to allow Nigeria to survive with only one condition, is by allowing the federating unit to go back into region, and the central will still be even controlling about 30% of the economic activities, economic interest, political power, security sector of the country in the federal level.
Are you saying that you support this VAT, this issue of states controlling VAT now, for instance?
That is even minimal from my own demand. The VAT is too minimal. When you have your region, you control more than VAT. You control your security. You can project what will happen in your region for the next 20 years. Now you can't project what will happen in your state as a state governor. The state governor are powerless based on the constitution given to us by the military in 1999. So our own demands, because we realize every day Yoruba is losing value. We were losing our economic value every day. We are even losing a friendly, a well-organized security environment to insecurity every day. Yoruba have been known of having a standard education, qualitative education. We are losing that value every day as a Yoruba people. I'm 51 now. By April next year, I'll be 52. I can still share part of history of Nigeria. So we are losing everything that was being given to us by our political father, Chief Obafemi Awolowo. We are losing all the values that was being given to us to a progressive party unity system, unity party of Nigeria in 1979 to 1983. And before we lost it all, we have to do something. We must not fold our hand. And we must not keep quiet because somebody wants to kill you. We must not keep quiet because we want to make money from politics. So the value-added tax, decision taken by the rivers and state is a welcome development. Lagos need money to build a qualitative education. We are one of the beneficiaries of the qualitative education under Jakonde government. We are one of the beneficiaries of free health. Free health. When we are so young, in 80s, Lagos State need money to give their citizens at least certain staging of having health issue. Lagos State will take care of it. When you got to certain money, they can say, go and look for money to sort it out. Like the way we saw it in most of the country we travel to. And Lagos still need money to project this state economically. I am on the opinion, with the resources Lagos State have, Lagos State is supposed to be one of the best agricultural economic states in Nigeria. Not having the farm in Lagos, they will acquire land in the remaining 5 southwest states. They will acquire land and bring their expatriates to come and develop mechanized farming, modern farming in Niger Island, formerly called Holland. Niger Island, you can imagine the amount Niger Island is making on exporting agricultural products. Every year, more than $100 billion. And what is the geographical spread of Niger Island as a country in Europe? The geographical spread of Niger Island is just like a Niger state, exactly the same landmass of Niger state. On agriculture alone. We are not talking of tourism. We are not talking of tax.
But let me ask you this, Are. The way the Southwest is clamoring for regionalism and restructuring now, will it not affect the Southwest chances in 2023? Because you already have rumors now that the North wants to retain power. So if it seems as if you want to...
We are talking about 2023. You are personalizing interests of economic interests of politics. Even though you allow Yoruba to be a president now, when he got there, he will not even think of restructuring Nigeria anymore. He would like to pacify other regions so that he can survive within the 4 years in power, that they should not impeach him. And after 4 years, he will be looking for their favor to get another 4 years in 8 years. After 8 years, he will be pacifying them to even install in surrogate, a puppet, so that they can cover all his tracks. That is what is happening in Nigeria politics. Our politicians have been a professional politics, and they have commercialized our politics. So any hope you have on them, you are deceiving yourself. But when we have a very good structure, our interests can be guided with the policy of the people that head our region. We will have a less interest in what is happening in federal structures. I have witnessed what happened in transition in 1999. I know how the politician promised us. Even the Yoruba people are more worse. I have witnessed what happened in 2003. Yoruba man is a president by then. 2003, 1999, 2003, and 2007. We have a Yoruba man as a president for 8 years. What do we achieve from there? When they met him in Villa, he will tell you that I'm not a Yoruba president. I'm a national president. And when you tell you that as a Yoruba man, you have to do so, I said, no, the Northern will not agree. And by the time he's leaving power, I was in prison by then, in Kuje prison. They went to go and meet him. That why can't you give this power to one of the South? He said the North will gang up against him, that he prefer to give it to the North, which is Yaradua. So that Yaradua can protect his own political empire. And Yaradua got there, but within 6 months, Yaradua turned his back against Obasanjo. So when you know the history of our politician, you will not be talking about who will be the president, you will not be concerned about who will be the president. You will be concerned about the structure that can favor your interest. Politics is about local interest. I will not say because of I love anyone from my tribe and destroy my own future. Someone that will get to Villa that you can't control anymore. Even the governor in the state, you may not even have the asset if you don't share the same ideology to loot Nigerian money. So what we are saying is that it's about our philosophy. One of the reasons that our Chief Awolowo stand out within all the politicians, no matter the situation, Baba Awolowo will not deviate from his own ideology or philosophy. But the politicians we have now, within short issues, they will deviate. Their own interest is their economic and political interest, not about philosophy and ideology. What I'm saying is about my philosophy and my ideology. how will my people out of this bondage? It's not about the personality that will be a president. I know that most of the positions we have now, they are not having the feelings of the people in their hearts.
Okay, all right. As we wind down, let me ask you, you have any update on Sunday Igboho's case in Benin Republic? Are you in touch with him?
Well, the case is not going fine, according to one of the lawyers I spoke with, because he was remanded perpetually without giving a date that his trial will continue. And you know the law of Benin Republic is different from Nigerian law. Assuming they practice the same law with us, something like that cannot happen in Nigeria. You can't just get a judgment from court and detain somebody perpetually without trial. It can't happen in Nigeria. But the lawyer giving the job to handle his case in Benin Republic, according to what I learned, is one of the best lawyers in Benin Republic. And he's trying one thing or the other to make sure that status quo is changing the status quo. And those who are detained here, about maybe the people those who remain in detention, like 2 or 3, about 8 or 9 of them have got bail. So, and we are doing all we can to assist in our own level, which I will not mention in this interview. It's not everything. When you do something, it's not everything you do to tell the public. But talking about statement, you are a journalist. Since Sunday Igboho have been arrested, and since he was being attacked in his house, the statement I've issued on that issue will not less than 15 to 20. All the platform I have issued statement for the release of Sunday Igboho, and they want to turn him to criminal. We have changed the narrative that it's not a criminal, it's a freedom fighter. Because the way Nigerian DSS portray when they invade his house, they want to portray him as a criminal. I think we have cleared that one enough in our own level. And that was what is most important in struggle. Because if you don't clear it, the international community will have the mindset that it's a criminal. We have cleared that it's a freedom fighter, it's not a criminal, it's fighting for the cause of the Yoruba people. But I believe with the level of interest of the Yoruba people, soon it will go to freedom.
Last week, you condemned Sheikh Gumi for visiting Sunday Igboho's town in Oyo State. I mean, why are you so angry about that visit specifically?
Well, what Gumi have done is a way to provoke the Yoruba people. Assuming we are not civilized enough, we are not resolute enough, we don't easily rush to crisis. If it's another tribe, what it does about a week ago could have caused a serious crisis. Although Sheikh Gumi have the right as a Nigeria to travel to anywhere in Nigeria, as a Nigeria, the law did not impede him not to travel to anywhere, but not going to the country home of Sunday Igboho, pointing fingers to the Sambo, saying, and one professor talking that the detainees of Sunday Igboho was talking, well, are you talking about unity without justice? You went to the country home of Sunday Igboho to preach unity. You are preaching unity, and you are creating crisis with policy every day. You are creating unity, and you are threatening the life of the people living with you within the country. You are creating unity. You overrun the farms of the farmers. You rape their wife. You kill them. You took them for ransom. You kidnapped them for ransom. You are preaching unity. 2 days ago now, the federal government want to move the maritime office from Lagos and Riverine area to Kano. Kano does not have even a stream. Even they have stream, they don't have a lagoon. How could you do that and be asking for unity? How could you be doing that without being overheating the polity? All the military information have been taken to Kaduna or any other northern state? Are we having the northern military? Are we having the northern security agency? The training college of DSS is in the north. The major training college of the major one, not the sub training college, is in the north. Are we in northern Nigerians? And you say you want unity. You can only gain unity. You can only establish unity when there is a justice and fair play. United States of America has a population of about 330 million people. How did they manage it? And they have 50 states. How did they manage it without agitation of breaking of United States of America? Because the American position, they play politics by justice. They allow the rule of law to shine. They allow institutions to move within the system. They respect institutions. But in Nigeria, you will see somebody taking your right from you. The Jewish ministry was given to their own tribe. You will see them that they didn't allow Yoruba person or any South to become chief justice anymore. You will see that in recruitment of any security agencies, they will took nothing less than 80 to 90%. And when they want to have the opportunity to be in power, all the Jewish appointments will be dragged to their own side. They don't have oil. 1 to 15 of the hierarchy of NNPC is the Northerners. And even in the Nigerian police force, 1 to 3 is the Northerners. And you are saying you are talking about unity. You can only have unity. Unity comes with love. Unity comes when there is a justice.
But President Buhari said that.
When you don't give justice and fair play, you are threatening the unity of Nigeria.
But President Buhari says most of these appointees are from southern Nigeria. He said most of these appointments are from the south.
Well, you as a journalist can judge that. You can judge that as a journalist. The level of nepotism in President Buhari government can never be quantified with any president in the history of Nigeria. The level of nepotism. We don't even witness 50% in the times of Yaradua for 2 years. Even in the time of military, the military in military uniform, military government, the kind of nepotism we witnessed in 6 years reign of President Muhammad Buhari have never happened in the history of this country. And you are preaching unity. When you said, let us change the system of Nigeria, they will say, go to National Assembly. In National Assembly that have been designed that almost 70% of the representative and Senate in the National Assembly came from the North, which you have used military to create more state and local government for yourself. And we are saying that to move this country forward, we have to operate on the basis of fairness. We have a dichotomy, southern Nigeria, northern Nigeria. We know how we got amalgamation in 1914. There's a petrolatorate in the north, a northern petrolatorate and southern petrolatorate. Even the colonial master did not bring injustice to us by then. And we know how we got an independent in 1960. The agreement we have before getting an independent that every region will develop at their own pace. And the military came and concrete the federalism. And civilian, when military made a mistake, it's the duty for civilians to correct it. Even though the military gave us a wrong constitution in 1999, it's the duty of the civilian government, the learned people who know the implication of anarchy or diarchy, to correct all this wrongdoing. The President Goodluck Jonathan, with pressure on him, organized National Political Reform Conference in 2014. And within 3 months after conclusion of that national conference, election period started. And there was a tension, he lost that election. And he gave all the documents, the blueprints of the report. He gave it to Mr. President, President Muhammad Buhari. This is the outcome of the national conference that did not infiltrated. I gave them the blackest check to decide about what we move Nigeria forward. Please kindly implement it. 6 months later, the president came with his broadcast and said the document given to him by the former regime, he will just put it in the archive. Assuming President Buhari implements just 40 to 50, 60% of the content of the report of the National Conference in 2014, all the problem we are witnessing today will not happen. There is a ideology in Yoruba land. Wọ́n ní ọba tó bá jẹ tí ìlú bá tòrò orúkọ ẹ̀ ò ní parẹ́. Ọba tó bá jẹ tí ìlú bá dàrú orúkọ ẹ̀ ò ní parẹ́. A king that reigned, that there was a crisis, there was a destruction in his reign, the people will not forget the king. But the king that reigned, that was when there's in his own period, there was peace and progress, people will not forget it. Image is very, very important. No matter how much you make in this world, your name is very, very important. And I believe that the president still have almost 2 years to correct all this wrongdoing. Although our people in diaspora did not even want to hear anything about region or restructuring anymore. What they want is self-determination, because you won't blame them, because they know the kind of opportunity they have in abroad. They see how democracy is being run in abroad. Government of the people, by the people, for the well-being of the people. They know how the rule of law enshrine in that place. Even them as a migrants, they know how they enjoy, they gave them their own right. They didn't infringe their rights. And even someone that did not have document in abroad, they know that did not have a document, residential permit. The Western world will not infringe his right totally. They will still give him some right as a human being. But we are living in the country. I spoke to someone from UK this morning. This is a person that every year he always comes to Nigeria 2 or 3 times in a year. And for the past 3 years, he have not stepped his foot in Nigeria. And now ask that person, why don't you come to Nigeria again? Say, no, I can't come to a country that my life is not safe. And what example will that lady give me in the conversation? He said there was a lady that left London with 3 of his kids for his father's burial in Ibadan. On coming back, there was a sporadic shooting on her car. And his body became lifeless within 24 hours. Unfortunately, the doctor was on, that was a strike period of the Nigerian doctor. Every hospital they take her to, they couldn't attend to her before she became lifeless. A lot of scenario. I was talking to my people in National Coordinating Council meeting yesterday. I was pointing out different security challenges we are having in the country and the threat that is coming to the Southwest. And the information we heard that some of them are planning to come and attack Southwest. And in that period, I told them that
who is coming to attack Southwest?
Hold on, please. I told them in that gathering yesterday that Kaba prison was attacked. 2 Nigerian army was killed. About 3 policemen was killed. About 34 inmates was dislodged from the prison. By then, I show another newspaper what happened in Zamfara. The 12th army officer was killed in the military base. Today, we read a newspaper again, another newspaper where an emir that was coming from Zamfara to Abuja was kidnapped. Yoruba will tell you, when you saw this insecurity that is coming from your area, you didn't cover it, you try to protect your tribe or you try to protect your region, you are trying to cover them when this issue of security is going to other regions. Now he has already dominated your region now. I read when Satan of Sokoto said, Nigerian security cannot protect them anymore. They need an alternative. I read when the Katsina governor said that every citizen in Katsina should take arms to defend themselves. The governor of Benue have said it many times without number that his people will carry harm to defend themselves. We know the scenario of what happened in Plateau State, that people were being killed like goats beside the army barracks. And we know what happens in Niger State, almost daily occurrences, how the security threat happened in Niger State. And now you are talking to me about President 2023. Let us solve our problem before 2023. We still have time to solve our problem. If it is 6 months to 2023, we'll now discuss about who will be the president by then. We are talking about structure. How can you be living in a house that does not have a structural deficiency? Your life is not safe. The house can collapse. But when we correct the structure, we'll be talking who will be the leader of that house. If we don't correct the structure, when you now put even a good leader, the house can collapse and even kill the leaders, and you kill your savior in your country. So definitely, we have to put the house in order. We have two options. It's either we restructure or naturally, without even shooting gun, Nigeria will break. Because look at what is happening in the Southeast. They are homogeneous tribe or homogeneous race within Nigeria. They speak one language, one culture. Mr. President was coming to a state in Imo, and they just said, my people should stay at home. And all of them stay at home. It's a very big signal. They are not shooting guns. They were not protesting. That will show you that the Igbo people are ready to, they have conscientized their people that we need freedom, we need liberation. Either they got Biafra or not. But the signal they are giving the whole world about their interests have shown that they are operating on the basis of unison. Forget about the few elites who are against them. If they don't take care, if they don't listen to their grassroots and what they are saying, they may consume themselves politically in future. The voice of the people is the voice of God.
Thank you very much. We've been speaking with Are Gani Adams on trending issues, specifically those affecting the Southwest, issues of open grazing, restructuring, and now recently VAT. Thank you so much for joining us today, Are.